Hello, it's Mackie with FlipClockFans.com. We're going to do a tutorial, hopefully short, on a disassembly of the Panasonic RC-6493. What you see now is this clock's in total disarray. It's a very arduous disassembly and somewhat difficult. Okay, if you can use your imagination, this was the front of the clock. As with most Panasonic clocks, to disassemble you're going to have to take off all the buttons except this one. Don't try to take that off. Do not pull. Most buttons in Panasonic you just pull straight up. Don't mess with that one at all. Okay? There are two buttons that go right here, and then these are also different than what I've been exposed to in the past. In the past I've talked about disassembly and you just pull straight out. This one didn't do that. What you need to do with that one, with those two on the front, is you're going to have to, if you look here, you can see there's metal here that's split down the center, and in the middle of this knob is this kind of a spring piece of metal. So what you need to do is you'll need to get a hold of that button and rock it until you can find out which way that's setting, because it's going to be different because it's going to be turned. You rock and pull, rock and pull, rock and pull, and with every aspect of disassembly and reassembly of these clocks, be gentle and firm, not aggressive. Okay, so the thing about this clock that's kind of got me, oh yeah, I was going to talk about disassembly. Alright, so the first thing you'll need to know is how you get the party started. And there's going to be 3 cabinet screws in the back, 1, 2, and 3, and these are my cabinet screws here. This video is going to help me put this back together, I hope. 3 cabinet screws here. As soon as you get those cabinet screws out, you can start pulling this up like this. It just opens up like that, kind of hinges up. As soon as you turn it up, you'll find your speaker in this area here. So that speaker will be removed by removing these clips here, and then a little bit of pressure, because there's a little, it was stuck in here a little bit of glue or something was holding that in. Okay, after that you've got various screws that you're going to have to take out of the cabinet. Now, and those cabinet screws are here. They hold down the circuit board and some other issues. These screws here come from the bottom and held the clock mechanism in place. So those will have to come out too, and that's these screws right here. So once you get those out, you're going to have to, and you'll have to get those knobs out of the front. The clock won't come out, but then you're going to find out that the knobs here that change the time and the date, which is awesome, the knobs that do that are in the way, so you can't get the clock out. And I was going to try to take those out, but then it was a simple solution is, under the underside of the clock, you push those in and then start sliding the clock out. So you'll need to push those in to get the clock out. Now the other thing that's kind of got me flummoxed is this thing has numerous lights. There's 1, 2, 3 lights on the front, and then there's another light, a screw-in light bulb that illuminates the tuner for the radio. So that one's working, everything else is not. And these are some honking old-fashioned lights, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. And I believe it's time to violate my principle of trying to stay old school. We're going to have to go LEDs here, because this is going to be ridiculous to find that light. Sometimes you can be surprised. Okay, so again, very arduous disassembly. This is the front plate. The way you take that apart is, if you look on the back, these knobs, these right here, these will be pressed in there. You have to push them out of the way, and it should be obvious. You have to push them down or up to help release that. Again, you better be very gentle. Those like to crack on other clocks. It seems pretty sturdy, and then you kind of gently work that out. There were screws holding that face in place down here. Here's some of those. Oh, here they are. Some of these screws here held that in place. It's pretty logical once you start taking it apart bit by bit. Again, the hardest part was getting the clock mechanism out. I did take this, I unscrewed the circuit board here. I don't think I needed to do that, but I did. This little shroud here covers the numbers. yeah, that's just extra disassembly I did. Didn't need to do that. Okay, so this is going to be a couple weeks projects probably, and we'll see if we can get this back together and get it looking good, and if we do, we'll see that in another video. Well, thanks, and I hope this helps.